thought I'd kind of talk a little bit about what it takes to win and what it takes to win in change. My career, starting many years ago in the technology sector, selling computers, and Brendan may know, we both had large computer stores at the same time. We were competitors. Interesting to talk about earlier about competition and respecting your competitors, and really what it takes in what change means and what in your own career, in your own business, we are going to change and we're going to continue to change. What I want to talk a little bit about is what everybody wants to hear. So everybody wants to hear, I want to become a digital marketer in 10 days. I want to start a business in 7 days. And the best one I could find is I want to be an expert in coding in 1 month. So this is what we hear. This is what advertising, which is interesting, we're all in the advertising field, start to tell you that it's going to be easy. It's going to be something that's quick. And what I found is it's a change. It's a direction you put yourself in. It's a direction you put your business in. And there's some fundamentals that you work towards that just become part of success, winning, and working through it. Is Dale in the house too? Dale. So we'll talk a little bit about what it takes to win. So funny thing, I talked about, trying to become a digital coding expert in 1 month. Well, I'm going to tell you how to win in 15 minutes. But anyway, I'm going to go back to the technology sector and computers and how it really started to revolutionize how we take a look at what we do. Dale was in the back. I probably sold 50 computers that day, and he's building them in the back. We always knew you put the foundations in place, really three things. You focus on your customers, you need to expand your knowledge and skills, and you really aim for high performance. You have those three keys, no matter what changes, you're going to be able to navigate what that really means for you. So I thought, let's talk about focusing on the customer. Talk about a couple different things through three different sectors. The advertising sector, a little bit about the technology, software sector, and then a little bit about computer industry and what that experience provided. When we talk to our customers at DirectWest and we outbound call them and say, how did you find your experience? We seem to see very same things. They want the person that they're talking to bring them insights. What should I be doing? They're looking to say, what should I do? So focus on your customers. That's really the first thing that I wanted to highlight is bring insights to your customers. Really think about what you want to bring to that customer. If you're an advertising agency, if you're working on new product development, really what do you want to bring to that customer? Next one, I'll talk about sales a little bit. And it's really about asking great questions and listening. So selling over 20 years and working with sales reps and working on the skill of understanding what customers need and matching that. Great questions and listening are fundamental. So if you remember one thing from today, ask great questions and listen. So I think it's almost like, a genie. You're meeting with the customer, they're only going to give you maybe 3 or 4, and they're going to start to tone out. So really think, if you're in sales, how many people are in sales here? How many people in fulfillment? Customer success? So pretty much everybody. Really think about the questions that you ask, because you may only get a few of them. Keep it simple and story tell. So what I've found is keeping what you do, how you do it, as simple as possible in a story will really keep fundamentals to focus on your customers. Objections. How many people have objections that are in sales? Customers say, I don't understand Google. I don't need it. Right? So we got this whole objection. What I found is answer it if you know, follow up quickly if you don't. So fundamental, you're not going to have all the answers. No one ever will. It's really how you address and look through that. Fundamental, and I think we just, I think it's been 2 in a row that we talked about the customer matching their recommendation. What do they need to maximize their return? If you put that as a philosophy for everything that you do, it's going to be a winning formula. Last thing that I talk about with customers is ask them. If you've dealt with the customer, you've had a challenge, it's okay to call them back and say, how could we do things differently? How could we help improve that experience? So always collect feedback from your customers. Next kind of subject area is knowledge and skills. So what we're doing today, advertising as we're doing as a business, it's going to be changing. What we're going to do in 6 months from now, what we're doing a year from now, what we're doing, for Brendan, it's 20 years from when we were in the computer industry, but those fundamentals are still the same. When people walked in the computer store, they wanted someone that had the most knowledgeable experience. We had an environment in that time when margins were healthy. We were able to provide a great service. And over a very short period of time, I would say probably 2 years, the margin in that industry went from 30% down to sub 10% range. When you're working through that, you need to know what's taking place with the industry, what's taking place with competitors, and where you need to take your business and where you need to take different aspects of your career. So understanding what's really going on, understanding and keeping up with your industry is going to be critical to no matter what you're doing to move forward. Know your products and know your competitors. So talked earlier about competition. You're always going to have competition. You can learn from your competition. You can learn how to service customers better. You can see what services are selling. And I think it's always important to really have a good grasp on understanding what you're doing, what your competitors are doing, and what's taking place in the industry. One thing that you take a look through change is you have to innovate pretty much everything that you do. And know what your actual processes are. So in sales are really good about, kind of the persona of just kind of winging it. People that make it in a sales career as a profession, they know the 3 or 4 different types of disciplines. Is it consultative selling? Is it insight selling? Is it, taking a look at how you're going to interact with your customer, what levels of questions you're going to ask, in what order. Understand really how to innovate how you work in everything that you do in your business. If it's from iterative design, if it's whatever that you do, look at ways to innovate. One thing that when I started at DirectWest and started at working in the sales department, listen, observe, and ask. So I would actually sit by someone that is really good communicator, and I'd actually just sit there and listen. If you're in sales, take a look at who's a great communicator. Sit down, take time to just observe and listen how they communicate, what they say, how they say it, the stories that they've learned to tell, and that will really provide you a foundation for really enhancing your own skills. The last area I want to talk about is high performance. As an individual, have you set your goals high enough? It doesn't matter who I've worked with, observed in competitors and industries, there's always a common goal that the individuals that rise to the top actually strive to be even beyond that. They want to set their goals high, their objectives high, and they usually have really well-defined processes. I talked about it before. Try to document what you do. As a business, it's from a Vendasta perspective, you've got your personas, you've got your talk tracks. Those are foundational pieces for winning. Everybody has personal objectives, know what they are. Coaching and being coached. There's actually no better way to learn something than actually coaching someone else. If it's from sports, from coaching a hockey team to coaching volleyball to basketball, you learn more, and I found in my career, you learn more from coaching someone than you would ever think was possible in understanding what to do. So if you aren't coaching somebody, I would suggest find someone to coach, to mentor, and it's surprising what you learn when you coach someone else. The other one is just about high performance, and just like we're doing today, just surround yourself with knowledge, other people that want to succeed, new business startups. If it's somebody that's getting into business, even if you're working in a similar industry, take time to know them, understand what they're doing, help them out. I think that's really what it's all about. Last few minutes, I want to talk a little bit about my personal learnings over the last 20 years. One thing with working in the technology field, it is a lot of change. It's not easy. From my role at DirectWest, I think that, DirectWest, we are leaders in local search. We have about 10 million digital searches that come through our platform in an individual year, and we really are transforming the services and the products and the approach that we have to our customers, and I'm proud of that. But that comes at a lot of hard work, and I found that go and do that extra mile. It really will help you in your career. Working in the computer industry, software company, you will make mistakes and you will have failure. It is part of really what's going to take place. If you haven't had a mistake and a failure, you probably haven't tried hard enough. It's okay. You learn. Take risks and step forward on important tasks. So if there's something, if Vendasta is working on new software, if it's working on a new snapshot report, step up. Doesn't matter what role you're in. Put up your hand and see if you can help out, because those are where you learn when there's challenges. Solutions versus dwelling on problems. So transition and transformation is full of challenge. So thinking about what solutions you can have for whatever challenge, put all your energy in that. And last one, stay positive. It's about enjoying the ride. Whatever ride you're on, take the most of it and enjoy it, because it's a fantastic industry we're in. It's a fantastic adventure, and just enjoy it. Again, like I said, 15 minutes, and we got through it.